So the lockdown continues in South Africa as we head towards level 3 on the 1st of June. And this edition, I speak to 3 of the biggest names in Groms surfing. Well, one of them's moved out of Groms now officially. We'll give it to Luke Slijpen. He's crossed the 18 threshold. Zoe Steyn, of course, all the way from East London, making a big name for herself in the pro junior scene. And then from Durban, Luke Thompson, who's also been winning some age groups for a couple of years now. All 3 of these surfers have represented South Africa. Zoe even representing the Open team in Japan. So who better to talk to about the current state of junior surfing than these 3? Luke Slijpen, you're in Cape Town. How are things in Ladutno right now?
Yeah, there's a couple of people sneaking down some surfs, and it's pretty closed off though. But there definitely are the odd people. I mean, there was one day the other day, I'm not going to say names, but like there was like 25, 30 people in the water. I was pretty blown away. But yeah, it seems like it's all coming to like an open with surfing soon.
All right, Zoe, you're in East London and a little bit more removed from the masses. How are things going up on the Buffalo City?
It's pretty chill. The cops have been onto us though. Like they're not really turning any blind eyes. So if we want to surf, we really have to mission and get out of town. But yeah, I think most people have been obeying the laws. But the cops are definitely starting to chill a little bit as we come closer to level 3. So that's good.
And then Luke, of course, Thompson, you're on Durban beachfront. There's been quite a bit of focus on that beachfront. And of course, the waves look like they've been firing. Your flat literally looks over the Durban beachfront. It must have been hard the last few weeks.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a struggle waking up and looking at the waves every morning. But it's really driven me. Like I've trained way harder. I've gone for runs like every day, and while I've been running, I've been looking at the ocean and checking out where all the banks are. So at least I'll know where all the banks are when they let us surf again. Now
we're moving towards level 3, and we're being told by some parties surfing's on. Others are saying don't count your eggs yet. It's kind of interesting. All 3 of you are in the perceived hotspots. Cape Town is hotspot number 1, eThekwini and Ilembe coming up on that radar. And of course, bizarrely, because you would think it's off the map, but Buffalo City, East London is also considered a hotspot right now. And what we were told last night by the head of medical is that you guys might be staying in level 4. How much longer do you think you can deal with this, Luke Slijpen?
Because I've been injured for a while now, so it's actually been the best time for me ever to recover and have some time to rest and everything. So I'm still going to be out the water. I'm not for long, maybe like 2 or so weeks, but I'm pretty open to if they're not going to surf, then I'm styling kind of. But if they surf, I'm happy for everyone else, and I'm pretty amped to watch everyone surf and walk down to the beach and yeah.
Now, Zoe, the East London surf community is a tight one. Everyone knows everyone, and it's been very quiet actually from that side. We've seen a lot of noise out of sort of the northern KZN and from also from the Cape Town, obviously, especially Long Beach, Kommetjie area. Have the East London community kind of been staying on comms and communicating and staying together, much like the J-Bay crew?
Yeah, I think honestly everyone's kind of doing their own thing. I know a couple of the older local guys have kind of been risking it and going to reef almost every single day. But I think for a lot of like the younger up and coming Groms, like we haven't been risking it as much because like if we had to go surf and like in town and get caught, if we get a criminal record, then that's basically our surfing career over. We won't be able to get any visas, we won't be able to travel at all. So yeah, I think everyone's kind of on their own little mission. But I must say, time out of the water, it's actually been a bit of a blessing in disguise, because I've missed out on so much schoolwork. So I've just been trying to kind of use the time, so that when we can surf again, then I can just like surf flat out.
And Luke, I mean, like you said, you're going crazy. You're having to stare at firing Durban coming on. This is the season. I'm assuming that you're just going to go surf on Monday. It's level 3 and you're going to go surf.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. I mean, if there's more than like 25 guys out, I'm just gonna risk it. But yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle. But I hope we can surf. If we can't, though, I'm just gonna stick to what I've been doing. I've been going for walks with Mikhail all the time, and he's kind of helped calm me down. And we've just been speaking about it. And I mean, you can take positives out of it. So I've just been trying to look at the positives. But yeah, there's nothing really we can do about it. We just got to hope.
Now, a lot of the conversations I've been having with the pro surfers, the big wave guys, and even the photographers is obviously we're not looking really at any QS and WSL action this year. There might be 1 or 2 city surf series at the end of the year. But Surfing South Africa, still looking at open masters and junior champs, which are still a possibility for towards the end of the year. But I mean, essentially contest surfing's off the map. And the big discussion point going down is that it's going to be local travel, local filming, and getting content out there. And of course, the guys in Oz, the guys in Brazil, the guys in Hawaii have all been getting good clips. They've been having cooking waves. They're getting that action out there. The South African pro surf is a little bit behind the bubble on this one, kind of losing ground. I'm assuming, like, even though you guys are, at school, you still got other things you need to do. As soon as you're able to, traveling around South Africa and your local areas and getting some footage must be sort of option number 1 that you're looking at. Slijpen?
Yeah, some free surfing and filming and making clips. It's so fun. I'm so amped to do that. When I can get back in the water, I'm gonna be all over that. Especially, actually, no, I'm not gonna say where, but like, there's so much coastline to explore, and like it's crazy. But I'm definitely gonna be on that, and I can't wait. I'm fortunate enough to have photographers to be able to like travel with, and yeah, I'm so excited.
And Zoe, now, I mean, you were looking at a very big contest here for someone your age. I mean, you already traveled to Australia. You've had some decent heats, getting through a few rounds. And your plan this year was to do a decent assault on the ladies' QS. Does that whole sort of plan change now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I guess it changes for everyone competing on the QS and just hoping to do comps this year. Because yeah, like you said, it doesn't look like we're gonna get much competing done for the rest of the year. But I guess it's okay because everyone's in the same boat, so that makes it a little bit more bearable, just to think that it's not like anyone else is competing right now. But yeah, it's just crazy to think that like we take a year of competing for granted, and now when it gets taken away, it's like it's such a shock to everyone. So yeah, just looking forward to competing when it's legal again, hopefully soon.
And Luke, chatting to Beric and Shane the other day with Mikey, they were mentioning obviously just before lockdown, the whole Smith sort of team got together, and we got to go down to the South Coast with your other Luke and with Matty McGillivray and Shane and Liam and a couple of guys with QJ. And Shane was saying it was amazing to see like at the start of the trip, obviously, you know, Maddie being the CT surfer with the standout, and Beric and Shane with their experience, but they said it was incredible to see both of you, your progress through that trip when you were sort of exposed to the level of their surfing and how quickly you adapted and grew. So it's not the end of the world not surfing contests this year, as long as you can get in the water and maybe just surf with that caliber of surfer and try to keep your levels up.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, that was a really good trip. I feel like Beric, all the older guys had a lot of knowledge. I mean, even Luke, I was picking Luke's brain, and it was really cool to learn from all of them. And we really pushed each other. We're all really good friends. So it was a really good trip. I feel like my surfing improved a lot. And yeah, all in all, I learned a lot from all those older guys and QJ and all of them. Yeah.
Now, when we look at sort of clips, you've been pretty prolific on your Instagram. You put some clips up the last few weeks, even, which was obviously some footage you had been holding on to. But as I said, without surfing for 60 days or more, the vault is drying up, and you need to start getting some fresh content up there. And I mean, you're very lucky in that, you know, you've got guys like Mikhail and QJ and them who can film and coach. The banks are looking fantastic in Durban from what I've seen from the footage. This is the time of year for it. So what are your goals looking towards, say, we can start surfing on Monday? What are the goals for the next 3 months?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big bonus as we're going into like peak surf time now. And if we can surf, there's definitely a big variety of waves that we can go surf. Like, we can go surf right-hand point breaks on the south coast. We can go surf some crazy waves on the north coast. I mean, right in front of my flat, we can get really good waves at north. So that's been super cool. I think my goal is really to get a lot of clips and work on my surfing, work on quite a few things, and try use this time to really build my mental state, my technique, and obviously get a bunch of clips and maybe release something. But yeah, that's really one of my goals.
Now, when we talk about clips, obviously, I mean, the foreground of clips these days, there's a lot of content out there. A lot of really good surfers are putting stuff out. When you start thinking about what your goals are, when you're not thinking contest surfing, when you're thinking about getting media out there, Slijpen, what are you sort of looking for? What do you want to go and shoot?
Yeah, I feel like for me, I really want to get a lot of variety, and I feel like if you're not gonna, like, if say there's the year off now, like, I feel like the way to get up there to the top or get yourself out there is by just scoring really good waves, obviously surfing them like really good. And I feel like that's kind of the way now to get up there. But yeah, big barrels and airs, and I think that's what will get you there. So that's kind of my goal, and I just want to get those really good waves. It's quite hard though, because like you get people who have those kind of waves really close by them. So it's like if you wanna get there, you got to make the mission and like really commit to what you're doing. And but yeah, that's what I want to do: find good waves and make good clips for now.
Now, Zoe, one thing we all know is you're not scared of the big chunky stuff. I mean, growing up at Nuhun Reef, we had Rosie on a previous episode, and she was saying growing up there as a girl surrounded by the boys getting pushed into big reef kind of gets you used to pushing that envelope.
Yeah.
We've been chatting to some of the girls. Obviously, there's a big push from the CT girls to get Chopu added to the girls' calendar now. Yeah. Cloud Break. Is this something that you're looking forward to as like a younger female competitor? Like, you want to start maybe pushing sort of the boundaries of girls surfing in the heavier stuff?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I think that's the that's generally the direction that women's surfing is heading into. I think if they add like Chopu onto the women's tour, it'll be insane to watch, because I know quite a few of the athletes on the CT went there. I know Carissa and Caroline and Tatiana, they go there quite a bit, and obviously they've released clips and it looks like they absolutely charge. So I think that's just gonna push everyone else to try and like prepare themselves for that, if that's how it's going to be. So yeah, I think it's definitely something that there's a lot of room for improvement, I think, for me in those types of waves, especially on my forehand. You know, I'm always surfing my backhand, so I think heading into like level 3, and when we're able to surf, I think it's definitely something I want to work on, like missioning for more lefts, because like when Nahoon Reef's cooking, then I'm obviously going to surf there. But yeah, just trying to surf different types of waves. I think that's the biggest thing.
And I mean, if we look at girls surfing or ladies surfing right now, I mean, 2 big film releases. Carissa Moores just dropped her sort of biofilm on her last year, of where she came from you know, like a pretty bad year the year before to winning, and then seeing a couple of other ladies dropping films. And I've just been sent the new Billabong link as well, which I'm hoping to go and watch tonight. And a big push in these ladies' films is the heavy stuff, you know, like Lauren Enover surfing huge cloud break and really giving it juice. I saw it get absolutely destroyed on a solid 10-foot day cloud break, and she's a really small girl too, but these girls are really giving it horns now. I mean, if you look at sort of our area and the first places maybe over the border, would Donkey Bay be something that you're keen on, that you want to go try?
Yeah, I've literally been wanting to go there for so long. Like, I really want to go there. And I think as soon as the flights are available, I want to try go there as soon as there's a swell. I've never been there, so I won't be able to go alone. Like, I'm hoping to go with someone who kind of knows the spot. But yeah, it's definitely, it looks insane. Like, I want to go there so badly.
Don't worry, we've got plenty of crews with experience at the Donkey. We'll make a plan for you, and I know Sophie has been there already. We're chatting about it, and she's definitely keen to go back. So we'll get the girls on the mission. Now, Luke Tomo, you've been also picking up your game in the heavier stuff. I mean, you're still sort of 16, and charging in the bigger days, especially those big days behind the pier. And I mean, anyone who's surfed Durban in a big solid cyclone swell, it's not an easy place. There's a lot of water movement. There's a lot of big drainy barrels, and of course there are the piers to sort of keep in mind as well. How have you been going on those couple of nice big swells that happened just before the lockdown?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, before lockdown, Durban had a spell of waves, which was crazy. I mean, we got waves about a month straight, just absolutely firing. But yeah, I've definitely been trying to push myself in bigger waves. Luke's helped me a lot with that because he's a proper charger. So he definitely pushes me in that way. And then I've got a bunch of friends here that we all kind of surf together when it's big. And we're all really pushing each other. Like, we try to send each other on closeouts. We play a game called Chicken, where we just try to send each other on big closeouts and like play around. So it's cool to have that friend group that you can push each other, I mean, in and out of the water. So that's really cool.
Now, the three of you obviously have spent a lot of time together as well, because you've represented South Africa at the World Juniors a couple of times, and you've gone traveling. What's it like when you first don that green blazer? I mean, there's a lot of history behind the Springbok blazer and surfing, or the Proteas blazer now, and but it's also good fun to go with a bunch of your friends. And I mean, some of the crew have gone on those trips with you maybe weren't such good friends with before. it does kind of bring you together. And then looking towards traveling when you're a little bit older on the QS, like you, Luke Slijpen, are about to embark on your QS career. A lot of the younger guys that are traveling with you are the same people that you traveled with to the ISA events at a younger age.
Yeah, it's been so cool. Like, I mean, us three, we've probably done like 4 overseas trips together. So we're pretty tight, and it's always fun. Like, even with new people joining the team, like you get to know everyone so well, and it becomes like such a crew. Like, you don't want to leave wherever you go. And also like other people from other countries, especially ISA, like you meet so many people, and it's so cool because you can like keep in contact with them, and like you just get to know them, like so many people really well, like way better. And for the future, you can meet up with them, and like it can come in handy. And just to have good relationships, I think, is one of the biggest things in surfing. And like with what we're trying to do, it's like friendships can get you really far.
And Zoe, what's it like when you're traveling with the boys?
Oh, it's so much fun. It's honestly the best times. Like, we have the most fun ever. Like, they make me laugh so much. Yeah, I think it's just really cool, like when we go on trips, just to get to like know each other better. And yeah, just all the fun and all the memories. Like, yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Tomo, you're the junior. Do you get the grom abuse when you guys go away?
Not really. I mean, we're all pretty equal. We try not really give each other too much uphill. But it does come with it. But it's super cool. I mean, we all push each other. It's so fun traveling with everyone. I mean, I've made so many new friends traveling. Even ISAs, like last year and the year before, were probably 2 of the best trips I've ever gone on, because we really just gel and get to know each other better. We have laughs. I mean, we were having dance-offs last year at ISAs, and yeah, it's just really, it's all in all really fun. Really, I mean, you learn a lot of new things. But yeah, it's been really cool. I mean, traveling with Luke and Zoe has been good. I've learned a lot from both of them. They push me in and out of the water, and yeah, we've built a really good relationship, and it's cool to travel, and we've definitely got many more memories to come.
Now, Luke Slijpen, what would you say? I mean, you're not even 20 yet. You've done a fair amount of traveling, both on the WSL side and the ISA side, as well as a few free trips. Of course, it helps that your dad, John, is an absolute frothing surfer. What so far has been your best trip, would you say?
My best trip, there's so many ways in calling a good trip. Like, there's a surfing side of it, getting good waves, there's the friends, like everyone you're with. It's just like, to be honest, like every trip I go on, I'm excited, and I come back so stoked. Like, Taiwan's been a really cool place. The waves there, we scored last year, we scored hard. America's just fun because it's like, we get waves every day, but we've got like a group of 12 of us, and it's just like such a joy, and that's, yeah, good times. Otherwise, yeah, I've only gone to like maybe Morocco. I forgot about that one. That's like best waves I've ever had overseas. That was mental. And we were with a cool crew as well. I was kind of with the older crew, slightly older crew there. I know Luke couldn't make it. But otherwise, that was mental, so sick. So Morocco probably best. But like, I like traveling with everyone else. Yeah.
Now, Zoe, I mean, I obviously have been commentating the juniors for a long time, and I've definitely watched the 3 of you come up from when you first started. And one of the interesting things is I always talk about watching your journeys surfing, but in your case, the more interesting journey to watch in competitive surfing has been your parents' journey. because neither of your parents are surfers, which is kind of rare because
Yeah.
normally the competitive guys' parents at least come from a surfing background. But, you know, your dad and mom have really embraced your passion for the sport, and they're always at all the events. And it's been incredible to see how their journey in surfing has gone.
Yeah, it's so funny. My parents always joke and think that I was swapped at birth with someone else's kids. So yeah, it's really cool to see how they've just like supported me so much. They really support me like 110%. And I think it's really cool because they don't, like, when I started surfing, they didn't know anything about surfing. And that's why I'm really thankful for like the surfing community that I've grown up in, because people like Greg and Andre Malherbe, like, they've just helped me so much. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for like everyone who's helped me in surfing, because obviously it's not like my parents can like coach me and stuff. But yeah, it's so special that they really put in so much effort just for me to like chase my dreams, which means like so much to me.
And Luke, Tomo, I mean, you've grown up on the Durban beachfront. Your mom obviously knows a lot of the older sort of crew. She grew up with them. Your sisters love the beach. I mean, you're the surfer in the family, but pretty much every junior comp, I know I'm going to see Dee and the girls there screaming for you on the beach.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously the best. Traveling with your family always is good. Yeah, I mean my sisters and my mom are probably at the beach more than I am. I mean I surf and then I come home, but they literally at the beach all day. I think even at comps they stay at the comp site longer than I am. But yeah, it's super cool going to comps with them. I mean, probably everyone knows my sisters and my mom now, so it's really cool traveling with them. Yeah, the support from them is amazing. And yeah, I don't know, words can't describe how thankful I am to have them at comps and just in my life.
Now, one thing was when I was a Grom, which was a long, long time ago, health and fitness were not really two words that came into the surfing or even pro surfing sort of conversation, especially when you were a Grom. But Luke Slijpen, it's a little different these days. And I mean, I'm specifically asking you because I know how strict you are with your diet and have been for a long time. It's something these days that you kids are taking very seriously, is like you really do watch what you eat, and how healthy you stay.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. I haven't eaten sugar for a while. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I try eat the right foods. I try like hear about it and like get info from people who are already into that kind of food story and eating the right foods. For me, it just makes me feel way better. It makes me feel more energetic, and I feel like it really helps in a way. And yeah, training and everything, that's a big part. Like they say, if you got talent, it's like, I don't know how much percent, but training and just like your mind and everything, that's a big part. And I guess you can add a lot of different things into that other part, which is in talent, like your diet, how you train, like all of that. There's so much that you can extend, and there's still so much to learn, I think, in different ways of getting your surfing better. Yeah.
Zoe, you take training pretty seriously. You also spend probably more time in the water than even Jose Faulkner. How important to you is your diet and health and training for your surfing?
I think it's, like you said, it's a huge part of surfing these days. I think it's really important, especially if you know it can affect your performance. And I feel like not just from the physical side of things, but also the mental. Like if you know you doing the right things, you know you're training and you like eating the right foods and stuff, then that just adds to your confidence. So yeah, I feel like other than surfing, just everything that you do just adds up, and ultimately it's just going to help you in the water, and at the end of the day that's what you want. So yeah.
Tomo, your coach has been QJ, very healthy guy, must have imparted a lot of stuff to you.
Well, I've traveled with QJ quite a bit, and he's usually pretty straight up with that stuff. Like he always makes me eat pretty healthy. But yeah, I've got a good relationship with QJ, so that I mean, I suppose that's really helped because we can be honest with each other. So he'll is like, if I'm eating bad, he'll tell me straight up, and I'll have to start eating healthy and all that. So it's cool. He's been a big role model on that.
All right, and then of course, if we're looking forward now and where we want to go, just hold on. I've got a 4-year-old in the background. Oliver. Okay. Uncle Kai's on an interview with some people, and you're being very noisy. Okay. Thank you. All right. See, I'm learning as well. Moving forward, I mean, Luke, you've started your QS campaign this year. You went to Morocco. Unfortunately, the year ended. All three of you have been surfing QSSA. You went to Australia. Luke Thompson, you've been doing all of the local contests for a few years now, trying to get some exposure up. Is the end goal, Luke Slijpen, to get to that world tour? You want to join guys like Matty McGillivray and Geordie up there?
Yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about. I mean, I wouldn't be doing all these comps if I didn't want to get onto the tour. And it's cool that we get to surf with like Matt and Geordie and all those guys, even the really experienced guys who haven't made it, like Derek and Shane and all of them. They're like, it's to hang with them and to just be with them. They've surfed so many comps. It's like you can almost learn so much from them. But yeah, I guess you just got to get a lot of experience. Anything can happen. You can just do well in a couple comps and you're like up there already. So it's pretty much, you just got to be in the right mental game and know what you want to do and where you want to go, and believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, I believe you can make it. Yeah.
And Zoe, I mean, I've seen that light in free surfs. You sometimes give me that look, and I actually get scared a little bit because I'm encroaching on your wave. You're focused. You want to be a pro surfer, and you want to hit the CT.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's what all of us are, well, maybe not all of us, but most 99% of people on the QS are chasing. I feel like it's pointless just going, like spending so much money and effort and energy if that's not going to be the goal at the end of the day. And I think it's just really cool for me to see like women that have done it before and that come from the same place. So just like women that have kind of paved the way for surfing as South Africans, you know, like Wendy, Heather, Rosie, Bianca, just for them to do it. And then that also adds a lot of inspiration and motivation for me and also younger up and coming girls. I think it's really cool.
And Luke, I mean, you're still the youngest here, and you're still competing in sort of some of the lower junior divisions until, you know, recently. Are you still kind of just feeling it out, or do you know exactly where you want to go already?
I mean, for sure, I definitely want to be on the CT with Matt and Geordie one day, and probably more South Africans. I mean, with the talent level that's coming up now. But yeah, I would definitely love to be on the CT. That's my main goal, and obviously win one or more world titles. But yeah, I feel like the crew that we have now is really knowledgeable. Like the guys like Geordie and Matt, Derek, Shane, Graham, Smith, like all those guys, UJ, all of those guys have so much knowledge that they can carry and pass on to us. that'll help us to get there quicker and probably minimize the amount of time that we spend on the QS. So I feel like there's a lot of guys in South Africa that could help, and they're really coming to the party now and passing their knowledge on. So that's like a huge help. And I feel like in the next few coming years, there's going to be a lot more South Africans on tour.
So as we run out of time on the podcast, I think we'll definitely catch up with you guys again, because there's lots more we can talk about. Moving forward, level 3 coming, all three of you on areas that possibly may remain level 4 in the next few days. What is your piece of advice to all the South Africans and surfers out there with the current scenario? How should they keep positive, and what should they be doing? Luke Slijpen.
I think this is like the best time. You're not going to get another time like this where you can rest and really like settle your body and think about what you can do, which isn't surfing. Because I mean, no one else, or from my experience through this, no one else has been surfing while no one has been surfing basically. So to rest and not have that thought like you're missing out or other people are training right now and you're not, like, you really just got to take that and like deal whatever it is you want to work on. I think it's a really good time to work on something that you don't often work on. And yeah.
Zoe?
Yeah, pretty much what Luke says. I think just like embracing this rare time of not being able to surf for so long. I think everyone's more amped and ready and fired up than ever. So I think that's a huge positive. I know I am. Like when we'll be allowed to surf legally, it's just going to be so much fun, and it's going to mean so much more to me. Like I'll never take it for granted again. So yeah.
Tomo?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Luke and Zoe said it. I think this time has really fueled everyone's drive and motivation for surfing. I mean, like you never miss it until it's gone, and now I mean everyone's missing it. Like even me, it's really fueled my froth. I mean, I can't wait to get back in the water. So I think there's definitely going to be a new sense of competitiveness when we start surfing again. That's going to help us in the long run. But yeah, I think just staying active, training, getting your physical side of things up, getting your health, your diet down, like those are the main things that you could probably do. I mean, catching up on school or getting ahead of school. I mean, I know I'm like on school, so when we can surf again, I can just surf that out. But yeah, so I think just staying active and kind of keeping yourself occupied is a huge part in it.
Well, there you go. So fuel the froth, as Luke Thompson says. I like that one.